Hello and welcome to another December Days with me, Wayne Clark from Trinity Baptist Church in Gorton. Every day through to Christmas, I'm taking you through a little thought based on the Bible, first from the Old Testament and then later in the month from the New Testament, taking us through to Christmas with a thought for each day. Yesterday we were looking at the first couple of verses of Isaiah chapter 9, and today we're continuing in that chapter and the beginning of a series of thoughts, just looking at one verse, Isaiah chapter 9 and verse 6, which says this: "For to us a child is born, to us a son is given, and the government will be on his shoulders, and he will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace." We're going to get on to those four titles that are given to the Messiah. But first of all, let's look at who this promised deliverer will be. And today's word is Son, S-O-N. Isaiah is speaking hope to the nations, particularly to the nation of Judah, but to all God's people. He says that although your people are oppressed with problems all around you, there is hope for the future. We need to hear that today, don't we? Where does this verse promise that hope from the future comes from? Well, it says hope comes from an individual, a promised saviour. It says that this saviour is the Son, a promised. First of all, it says it's a person, a man who will come as a child, not as a fully formed adult. He will come born into a family, part of our humanity and our relationships. It says when he comes, the government will be upon his shoulders. Well, that's the one part of this that was not fully revealed at Christmas. Yes, the angels called him Lord, and the wise men called him King of the Jews. But the true lordship of the child of Bethlehem was mainly hidden. But I want us today mainly to think about that title, Son, and what a difference a son makes. When a couple have their first baby, well, sometimes they think it's not going to change them very much. Life's not going to be that different. But when you have a baby, well, you get it. Everything is different, isn't it? A baby is not just a child, he's your son. A boy or girl, having a child makes all the difference. I remember when our first child was born. It was a boy, and it was the most life-changing and miraculous event we could imagine. This promise is about Jesus, and it's so personal. He's not just the coming saviour, but he comes as a son, the son of Mary, the foster son of Joseph, but in a sense, a son, a promised one for all of us, the one who will transform every life. The other fulfillment of this promise of a son we see in Jesus is that Jesus is God's son, God's own son. The Bible talks about Jesus as God's only begotten son and the eternal son. Now, that's not something that Isaiah could have understood. But we see Jesus revealed as the Son of God. What an extraordinary vision fulfilled at Christmas. He is the Son who makes all the difference. He is God among us, God born as our Saviour, the Son who comes from God. I'll be back with more from this verse tomorrow on December Days.